In this video I'm going to show you how to make a minimalistic accessory, a flower like this. This is what it looks like. I used some scrap yarns and I'm going to show you how I made it. So first of all, you start with a chain. You chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and use a slip stitch to make a circle. Yeah, it's kind of micro crocheting, but I think you can do it. And now 10 stitches into, like inside this little circle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Yeah, this is the result. And now let's make 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna start the most fun part. So I'm going into the same stitch 2 more double crochet stitches. So I go into 1 stitch and make 1, 2 and 3 double crochet stitches into just 1 stitch of the previous row and repeat it again. 1, 2 and 3 double crochet stitches into 1 stitch of the previous row, and continue doing that until the end of the row. We're almost done. I'm making the last stitch and now I need to kind of finalize the row, and I use a slip stitch and pull the yarn through and the circle is done. Now 1, 2, chain 3 and I go into the same stitch, but this time not 3 times but 2 times. So 1 and 2 double crochet stitches into 1 stitch. See, 1 and 2. Previously I did 3 into 1 and now I make just 2 into 1, and I continue until the row is finished. I'm like halfway right now, and yeah, this row is almost done. Again, a slip stitch. So yeah, here's the result. And now I'm about to start the new row. Chain 3 and nothing new happens here. You just go 2 double crochet stitches into 1 stitch of the previous row, just like we did previously, right? So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So 2 double crochet stitches into 1 stitch. The row is almost done, and this is what our flower looks like. You can stop right here if you want, or you can make another row, chain 3, and just go ahead and make 1 double crochet stitch into each stitch of the previous row. So you don't increase stitches here, you don't do anything, just 1 stitch, 1 double crochet stitch into one. And basically you can make 1 or 2 rows like that. If you want a bigger flower, you can make more rows, but I'm just showing you so that you get the idea, right? And in my case, I'm finishing this row with a slip stitch, and this is the main part of my flower. The next step is totally optional, but since I like micro crocheting, I'm doing that. You don't have to, definitely. I'm using the finest silk I could find, and a number 1 crochet hook, which is 1 millimeter, and I go 2 double crochet stitches into each stitch. So I wanted to make this lacy edge to this flower, but I realize it's not an easy task, so you definitely don't have to do that. But if you want to, the idea is to get a very fine yarn, in my case it's silk, and just create this lacy edge, making 2 double crochet stitches into 1 stitch of the previous row. Here's the result. Another step, it's totally optional also. I use a very fine cotton yarn, and I turned my flower to the wrong side, as you see, and you see those little stitches here and here and here, and I'm gonna make a row of double crochet stitches going into each of those stitches. I will be kind of grabbing them and making double crochet stitches to create a contrast edge to this flower. So 1, 2, 2, 3 chains, and I go into each stitch. I'm going on the wrong side, remember, and it's just a double crochet and 1 stitch, 1 double crochet stitch. So it's definitely optional, because I know micro crocheting is not an easy task, but if you need extra ideas how to make your flowers, look a little bit different, you can use that. So see, I'm creating that contrast edge to my flower. So now you've got the instructions how to make the flower from scratch, and in this case I took some black yarn, and I'm just gonna make a centerpiece of the flower, and I'm making a chain just like we did for the flower itself. It's the beginning of the video. I make this little circle, and now 10 single crochet stitches into this circle, and you can stop after those single crochet stitches are done, so you can stop after the first row or make another row if you want more layers to your flower, but I'm gonna stop after the first row. So when 10 single crochet stitches are done, I will just pull the yarn through. By the way, I'm leaving the tails because they will help me to assemble the flowers. And see, I made a blue flower. I made it smaller a little bit. I did just 3 rows. You can play with the number of rows, with the number of flowers. You can make 3, 4 layers depending on how you want your accessories to look like, and just be creative. and use different colors, different textures. Like here, this is a little chain with 10 single crochet stitches in burgundy color, but it's much smaller than the black one, and they look different. So yeah, you've got the idea, and now the most fun part. I know you hate it, I also hate it. We need to get rid of those tails, and you just need to fix those, and then depending on how big your tails are, either use a crochet hook or a needle to weave them in and make your flower look more decent. And that's basically it. Have fun crocheting, and please let me know if you liked this video and if it was helpful. So have a great day and enjoy crochet.